Hello everyone, very good morning to you all. Hope you all guys are taking maximum advantage of these virtual classes. As we have seen in last couple of videos, we are discussing lesson number 2, that is plant adaptations, in which we are discussing how do plants adapt with the surroundings, how do they adapt changes, how do they modify the changes required as per their habitat. Okay. Here the lesson we have divided into two parts, as I told you earlier. As plants adaptations is concerned, so we saw that some plants which live in water are called aquatic plants. The plants which live in water, the plants which grow in water are called aquatic plants. We have seen how aquatic plants have their adaptations to survive in the particular habitat. Here we will discuss, while discussing in the adaptations for the aquatic plants, we have seen many features. Okay, we have seen emergent plant, we have seen fixed plant, underwater plant and floating plant. These were the types we have already studied, okay, under the heading of aquatic plants. Now it's time to move on towards the second type of the plants which lives on land. The plant which grow on land are called terrestrial plants. Okay, you can see the plants which live and grow on land are called terrestrial plants. In that there are so many plants. Okay, plant in desert, okay, plant in mountains and hills, plant in plains, plant in marshy areas, plant in forest, plant in coastal areas. All other types are there. In today's topic we will be only covering the two main things. The first is plant in desert, and what are actually the adaptations of the plant which lives or which grow in desert. Okay, first of all let me tell you what are the definition. The definition of terrestrial plants: the plants which grow on land, the plants which grow and live on land are called terrestrial plants. Okay, so plant in desert. See, what is desert? You all know. Okay, under the heading of terrestrial plants we will see plants in deserts. Desert is the area which receives very little rainfall or no rainfall at all. Okay, there is sand everywhere. Okay, so you all know, if there is absence of rain, absence of water, what kind of plants should be grown there. Okay, so for example, desert plants are also called xerophytes. They are also called xerophytes. The plants which lives or which grow in desert are called xerophytes as well. Okay, keep in the mind this word. See, they are adapted to grow in a very dry climate, obviously. Okay, they are adapted to grow in a very hot and obviously dry conditions. Okay, examples of such plants are cactus. One of the example is cactus. Cactus is a plant which grow in desert. Okay, now let us see what are the adaptations of cactus or some other plants which grow in desert. Okay, first of all, the stem of the cactus is thick and fleshy. Okay, as we are discussing, for an example, cactus plant, okay, which is growing in desert area. So the the stem of the cactus plant is fleshy and thick, so that what is happening, this helps the plant to collect and store water. As the plant is present in the desert area which is having very less rainfall or there is no rainfall at all, so this fleshy stem of the plant and thick stem of the cactus plant store water for latter purpose, for the survival of that particular plant. Okay, and if there is less water, if there is no water, the photosynthesis process will not occur. So in such condition, the thick stem of the cactus plant or fleshy stem of the cactus plant is storing water for the process of photosynthesis by which plants are making their own food. So, second adaptations we will see the leaves of these plants are modified into spines. You know spines having sharp object like needle like things are called spines. So, the leaves of the plants are modified into spines, and spines protect and store water, which is protect the plant for rotting, or we can say these plants reduce the water loss. Because of the spine present on the leaves of the cactus plant, they help to reduce water they reduce the water loss, okay, and ultimately the water will be present for the process of photosynthesis for the plant for their survival. Third and the most important adaptations for the cactus plant or the plants which grow in desert is these plants also have long roots. Cactus plant is having long roots which is very deep in the ground. Why they are having the long root and deep in the ground? Obviously, they help to absorb the groundwater which is highly required for the plant for the process of photosynthesis or for the survival of the plant, I must say, because as they are struggling for the water in the desert area, so the plant which are growing in the desert area have long roots which are deeper in the ground to absorb groundwater. These are the main three adaptations of the plants which present in the desert. While discussing the plants which is terrestrial plants which grow on land, we have seen the first topic, first type, that is plant in desert. Okay, let me revise once again. Plant in deserts are generally grow into hot and dry condition, obviously, because there is absence of water. These plants store water into their thick and fleshy stem for the process of photosynthesis, for example cactus. And the three important adaptations of the cactus plants are, first of all, these plants is having fleshy and thick stem as it store water for photosynthesis. Secondly, their leaves are modified into spine, and these spines help to reduce the loss of water. And third and the main important adaptation for such plants, they are having a long roots. These roots are very deep into the ground as they absorb water for the plant for their survival or for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, that's all for today. In the next videos, we will see plant in mountains and hills, plant in plain, plant in marshy areas, okay, plant in forest and plant in coastal areas as well. Okay, that will be the last part and we will going to wind up the lesson. First of all, again I would like to tell you that you have to watch the videos on time, okay, as I am continuously repeating in every video, because we are going to private the video after 24 hours. Okay, it has been observed that many students are not watching the videos as per the schedule given by the school. So you people have to follow that schedule very strictly, make notes of it, whatever your teachers are teaching to you. It is very useful, though we are also providing you the PDF format of every chapter notes, question answers. We'll be also starting the quiz and different kinds of test kind of things on Google format and all. So you need to watch the videos on time. You need to chalk out the points of the videos which we are sending to you, and most importantly, you people have to go through the reading part of the lesson which is going on in a recent time. Okay. Second thing, while discussing the plants in aquatic plants which lives in water, that is aquatic plants, we also seen different kinds of plants like mangrove plants or some plants which is in marshy areas. Okay, what is the marshy areas? The plants which which grow in water, the surface of the ground is completely filled with the water, is marshy areas, and their roots of such plants are above the ground. Okay, so these all things are very important. I mean to say, you have to need to look back all the videos which I have sent to you, and kindly go through it, do proper studies, make some points which is very helpful to you all, and by this week we are going to complete the lesson number 2, and before going to start lesson number 3, I will provide you all the question answers in the PDF format. Okay, so don't worry for that. So I hope the lesson is very clear to you all up to now. In next video we will see the next part, that is terrestrial plants we are discussing. First part we have seen today, that is plants in desert. Okay, now we will see plant in marshy areas, plants on plains, plants in coastal areas, plants in mountains and hills, as there is very cold conditions, so what are the adaptations of plants, and all things we will discuss in the next video. Okay, so that much for today. Thank you.